Production figures for the fourth quarter of 2022 are now available. Rivian missed their production targets, but what they did was impressive given the circumstances. Hi, welcome to Intrigo, where we explore the most exciting developments in the electric vehicle industry. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to set your preferences. It is extremely beneficial to the channel. In this video, we will look at Rivian's fourth quarter production figures. Before we begin, let's look at the Rivian's production figures for this year. Rivian announced in 2021 that it would be able to produce 50,000 vehicles, but later revised the projection numbers to half the initial figures. The automaker announced that due to supply constraints caused by the pandemic and the Ukraine war, it would only be able to produce 25,000 vehicles. Rivian did not specify production numbers for each of its three vehicles: the R1T electric adventure pickup, the R1S electric adventure SUV, and the EDV delivery van it makes for Amazon. When Rivian released production figures for the first quarter of 2022, there was reason to be optimistic, particularly for investors or reservation holders. The EV startup announced in a brief statement that total production at its manufacturing facility in Normal, Illinois, for the quarter ending March 31, 2022, was 2,553 vehicles. Rivian delivered 1,227 vehicles during the same time period. While the company did not break down the numbers by model, it was clear that the Rivian R1T electric pickup accounted for the majority of total production. The figures are likely to include R1S SUVs and Amazon's EDV electric delivery vans. After the second quarter of 2022, the company announced that it produced 4,401 BEVs at its Normal, Illinois manufacturing facility, which is 72% more than in Q1. The total number of sales was 4,467. It means that Q2 was better than the previous two quarters combined, indicating that the ramp-up is progressing nicely. Again, Rivian did not disclose specific model numbers, so these are the total values of three BEVs Rivian offers: the R1T pickup, R1S SUV, and ADV 700 vans. Up to this point, Rivian has produced nearly 7,000 electric vehicles and sold nearly 5,700. Rivian announced that it produced 7,363 EVs in the third quarter at its manufacturing facility in Normal, Illinois, which is 67% more than in Q2. Deliveries totaled 6,584, 47% increase over the previous quarter. The rate of growth in just 3 months appeared to be quite solid, allowing Rivian to set new quarterly records. Since the third quarter of 2021, Rivian has produced and delivered over 15,000 electric vehicles. Rivian EVs have all been delivered in the United States, but the company did announce plans to begin Canadian deliveries in the fourth quarter of the year, which officially began with its two all-electric models, the R1T pickup and R1S SUV, after receiving approval to sell there in September. The first vehicles were delivered to the company's employees in Vancouver, but deliveries to general customers are just around the corner and should begin before the end of this year, according to Rivian. Rivian hosted a launch party at Rocky Mountaineer Station in Vancouver to commemorate this significant milestone, which was attended by reservation holders and media representatives. As of June 30, 2022, there were 98,000 pre-orders for the R1T and R1 that's in the United States and Canada. Looking at the numbers for the fourth quarter of 2022, Rivian fell short of its goal of producing 25,000 electric vehicles at its Normal plant in 2022, but the pace of production increased and the company made more deliveries than in the previous 3 quarters. Rivian fell 663 vehicles short of its goal of producing 24,337 vehicles in 2022, according to a news release. Rivian's announcement came at the end of a year that saw the company face numerous challenges, including supply chain issues that delayed the start of a second shift to boost production. Rivian said it produced 10,020 vehicles in the fourth quarter, up from 7,363 in the third quarter. Rivian reported 8,054 vehicles delivered to customers in the fourth quarter, up from 7,363 in the third quarter. The automaker said it delivered 20,332 vehicles last year. Rivian began a second shift of production to try to catch up with production and meet its target for this year, but supply chain issues remain a major constraint. Notwithstanding, the second shift is now running and making electric vehicles at Rivian's plant in Normal, even as global supply chain issues continue to be the largest source of uncertainty for the company. Rivian employed 6,680 people in Normal as of November. Adding a second shift extends the number of hours that vehicles are produced each day, which is critical if the plant is to meet its 25,000 vehicle goal for 2022 and its 150,000 vehicle annual capacity. Quote, We have 5 days of production downtime in October and November due to the lack of supply of a key component, which limited our quarter-to-date production, Rivian CFO Claire McDonough said on the company's third quarterly call with investors. Rivian Automotive stock hit a new 52-week low on Wednesday after the company fell short of its 25,000-unit production target for last year. The missed goal caps off a difficult year for both the company and Rivian investors. During 2022, the automaker's stock fell by more than 80% due to production, parts, and supply chain issues. Rivian shares fell as much as 4.5% to $16.56 per share in early trading Wednesday before recovering and gaining more than 2% to close at $17.71 per share. A year ago, the stock was worth $106.80 per share. And there's a lot of interest. Rivian's order backlog for R1 series trucks and SUVs has risen to 114,000, up from 98,000 at the end of the third quarter. Rivian has stated that it will no longer reveal pre-order numbers. According to Rivian's current projections, the automaker will meet its annual capacity of 150,000 vehicles produced by 2023. We have yet to see if the numbers will be revised or if there will be enough parts to allow for the scale-up. In the future, Rivian plans to produce 200,000 units per year when expansions to the Illinois plant are completed, and 400,000 units per year when the additional factory in Georgia begins operations. Are you one of the few who got delivery of their vehicle this year? Tell us your experience and how you are loving the vehicle in the comment section below. Do you find the video interesting? If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new uploads. Thanks for watching.